Hello and welcome to Girls Gone Fishing. Today I had a go at making a fishing survival kit. Okay, this is my little kit, and also if I wanted to make it a bit more extent, I also have a little travel spade. It's got a saw, pick, good for getting bait, mainly what I'm thinking about here. Got a compass on, but like I said, bait. That's if you want to make it a bit more compact. But my actual little survival kit took me an hour to make. I was just literally going through my kit, sorting bits out, and I thought, why not? So let's have a look. And start with, to keep it waterproof, bag. Quite a sturdy bag actually. It feels quite like thick and decent. But you could also use it for different things, such as storing bait in. Get a few worms. You need to put bait in, don't you? So storing bait, water, whatever you want to do with it. Several hundred uses for bags really, isn't there? So the bag is part of it. Okay, as for this, I don't know where the hell I got this little bag from. It's not very big, as you can see. About fits into my hand quite nice. And like I said, no idea where I got it from, but I thought it would be a good hold all sort of thing for it all. Plus this little bag fits in my pocket just nicely, so it's perfect. Okay, start with, got a little reel. This is actually from a pen reel I got. I was messing about with the pen reel. Mainly, would you believe, I was attaching cat toys to it and chucking it to make the cat chase them. And I ended up breaking it. In a way that most telescopic rods do end up breaking. One main reason I hate telescopic rods is when you fully extend them, they can get jammed, and once they're jammed, a lot of the time you can't get them back in, and that's what happened with the pen one. I was using it for quite a while, I had it for a good year or so, and then it came out one day, a bit too much force on it, couldn't get it back in, it broke, so I've got the reel still, so the reel's quite handy. Spare line, this is £2 line, unlike what it says on the label. I just put it on this spool because it's a nice thin spool, nice and small. There's enough for a whole reel's worth on there, as I took it off a reel that I recently bought and then put some like light braid on. So that's enough to go on that. Plus I was thinking like good to attach maybe a few hooks on, just like attach it over a stick or something, have a couple of hooks going off the shore. If you need several fish at a time, you know, small fish, it's handy. Okay, little box of little jigs, rattlers, some soft baits, hard baits, spinners, a bit of everything in there. This was a little lure box, so it came in quite handy, everything in there. So we got trace, wide trace, so good for pike. Small pike obviously, you won't want anything too big. Got spoon there, little spinner. We've got another spinner, there it is. If I can unhook them. There you go, second spinner, third spinner. Got with different colours, you know, I mean at the end of the day you don't know what's going to bite when, so it's good to have a variety of colours with it. Got a little bait, little guy there, don't know if he's a rattler. Yeah, he's a rattler. So he'll be pretty good. Got a couple of jig heads, just little ones, good enough to catch some small pike or some perch. Couple of different weights there, and then we've got some little soft baits, very random mix. We've got some little grubs there, some maggots, squid, a random little jelly pipe thing, another little squiddy thing, little crayfish, and another little grub. So that's that. the end of the day, it's good to have something unless you can't get bait. But, I mean, you might be able to get a small little fish on there. But I got some other soft baits in here and some pop-ups. Because at the end of the day, you do get fish eating on top as well as on the ground. They don't spend all their life on the floor. This is a very rolly table, so I don't know why I brought these out really. And then I got loads of maggots, sweet corn, bit of everything. For different colours, different shapes. You can always cut them down. I cut that one down to like a cube. So, bit of everything there. Another bag, always useful. Bags come in very handy. That one's trying to escape. Okay, next, torch. I've actually had this torch, must be gone 10 years now, and I've never changed the battery. It's probably maybe due for it, but as you can see, it does actually still work. So I find that a very reliable torch. I would have some batteries in here, but I didn't have any spare batteries for it, so if I may had a bit more time to do it, I would have added a second battery or spare batteries in. Like I said, didn't have the time. I only made this with what I could find. Tweezers, always good in case you get them hooks stuck in your fingers or anything really, and a little knife. Just something small. It's sharp enough to cut line with, it's sharp enough to maybe not fillet a fish, but you could have a good attempt at it maybe. So that's empty. Next we've got this little random job lot. I've got a small assortment of little floats there. These ones are made of peacock feather. Yeah, lots of peacock, and then I've got a little one there. So just a couple of little sizes and stuff. Obviously couldn't go too big. Don't know why that was so bent really, but yeah, it still works. And get these out, that'd be great. Okay, another bag. Okay, I did have an idea to these things. I found them in the shed. Now then, if I say wanted to make a rod, I could use them, get a stick, decent stick or whatever. You can use them as eyes running down the actual rod. I've got some tie wraps in here as well. So you could tie wrap the reel to a nice decent stick. Several there as well. I mean, tie wraps are useful for everything. You can tie wrap the reel to a stick and then put the eyes down it, running the line through. It gives you a better cast. It helps you like get into, say you've got like a bush in front of you, you need to go like just reach over it. You could easily just reach over and maybe do a bit of drop shotting with it sort of thing. Plenty of little ideas to do there. Also, I like these as well because if you tie them up, they are reusable. So all you got to do, use your little knife, put it on the plastic, put it up, that's it, and then you can pull them back open. So I mean, in a survival situation you can't just pick up more of these, so it's worth keeping them. So I think that's a pretty good idea with them. Okay, in this little pack we've got hooks, and I made sure I put them in an old hook bag so they don't pierce through. I know a lot of survival videos I see, they've got like a couple of hooks in it, or survival packs you get on eBay anyway, they've got like 3 or 4 hooks on and they always seem to be the same size. I went for mass difference. I mean, got some feathers there. I mean, the line on the actual reel I think is actually about 8 or 10 pounds, so if you had a little bit of cliff top or something like that, you could try and go for mackerel. I mean, obviously it is wheat, but mackerel is a good source of food all day, and you can use them as bait or whatever. Also, I think the feathers will attract other things, like you might get a trout or something in a river, you never know. Pike would even probably go for it, put a little bit of a waiter with it and trail it through. I can't see why I wouldn't go for it. Got some big hooks. This was pretty much any hook that I could fit on this one, on the safety pin. Then we went down a size and got some more. This is like a massive mix of hooks. I mean, there's sea hooks there, there's roaching hooks, there's carp hooks, got massive assortment. End of the day, you never know what you want to catch. And then 2 really smaller ones here. I was going to add a few really tiny ones, but I thought it was just getting a bit too many really, so I left it at that. And then obviously you got the packet itself as well. Very sturdy, strong packet. And then we've got this one, a mass mix of goodies, which are going to go everywhere. I can see it now. Stop rolling! No, 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 no. Okay. Now then, as you can see, there is loads of beads in here. I always find beads good. I mean, they're good for attractors, they're good as like shot stoppers when you're casting and stuff. They're just useful for loads of things. I like beads. And I know a lot of fish are attracted to different colours. I mean, you go sea fishing, you can use glow in the dark to catch whiting, they love that. You go in flatfish fishing, like flounder and stuff, they love the yellows and the reds and oranges and greens, so it's good to have an assortment of different colours. Then you've got a few weights in there. You've got this weight, a smallish one. I've got slider weights. Got some night lights, 2 night lights there, some band stops, some little bands for like adding bits on, like get like a worm or something that don't quite go on the hook very well. There's like a nice little assortment there. You got loads of little clips and swivels, some more little shot weights there, going all the way down to tiny sizes there, so you can see them. Got really small ones for the lighter line. Little swivel. Escaping. More little swivels and bits. I mean, there's plenty of things you could use on that. You could attach it to, earlier like I said, where you attach line to a stick or something and cast a few out and leave them there. You could do it like that rather than having to keep cutting the line to lose line. Attach it to the end, wrap it around the stick and then just link it on with that. You know, all you got to do is undo it then. So there's plenty of ideas to do with them. Is that a weight? No, that's a bead. Get back here. So yeah, I mean, I fit all that bar that in that little bag. I mean, if I had more time, I would probably sort out a lot more things and put them in there and try and work out maybe a better container or something, because I mean, that container's not waterproof, that's the whole reason I've got to get a bag for it. But, I don't know, I think that's not too bad for a quick hour of messing about through my kit and picking random stuff out. Well, let me know what you think. Comment if you think I'm missing something, or could add something in, or I've got too much maybe, or something's a bad idea that I've done. Let me know.